Hey, Patriots fans! Welcome back to another deep dive into everything you need to know heading into this crucial matchup today. We're focusing on one of the most talked about challenges for our team this week as we prepare to face the Denver Broncos, the altitude. Everyone always mentions Mile High City and how tough it can be to breathe up there. But there's more to it than just a nickname. The real issue is the thin air at Empower Field at Mile High, which sits at 5,180 feet above sea level when you compare that to Gillette Stadium, which is basically at sea level. The difference is enormous. Your body reacts to higher altitudes in ways that can impact stamina, recovery, and overall performance. Especially as the game progresses into the second half, oxygen is thinner up there, and even the fittest athletes can feel its effects if they're not properly prepared. Now, this isn't a mystery to anyone who has studied sports science or paid attention to NFL history. Teams often try to get ahead of this by arriving in Denver several days early to acclimate. The logic is simple: the longer your body has to adjust to the lower oxygen levels, the less likely players are to suffer fatigue and dehydration as the game goes on. However, experts consistently note that even a couple of days might not be enough. Ideally, a team would need 10 to 14 days to fully adapt to that kind of altitude change. That's a luxury that most playoff teams simply cannot afford, given the scheduling of postseason games. In the case of the Patriots this week, head coach Mike Vrabel made a conscious decision to skip the early trip. He believes the traditional preparation, conditioning, and mental focus that the team has relied on for years is more than enough. Vrabel's approach is straightforward. The team will travel closer to game day, stay sharp, and rely on their experience and execution, rather than attempting to artificially simulate the environment 4 days in advance. It's a risky strategy on paper, but it's also a testament to the confidence that the coaching staff has in the conditioning and mental toughness of the players. History shows that while the Patriots have struggled in Denver during past playoff appearances, every game is unique, and preparation goes far beyond altitude alone. The Broncos themselves are no slouches this season. They've been one of the best teams in the league, securing the #1 seed in the conference. Their home field advantage is significant, not just because of the altitude, but also because of the intense atmosphere inside Empower Field. Fans are loud, passionate, and energized, creating a setting that is always challenging for visiting teams. However, it's important to note that teams have beaten the Broncos in Denver before. The Jaguars, for example, managed to overcome the high altitude and the home crowd in a recent playoff matchup, demonstrating that with proper execution, focus, and strategy, success is possible. Speaking of strategy, the Patriots will need to lean heavily on 3 main principles if they hope to come out on top in this matchup. First, protecting quarterback Drake May is absolutely critical. The offensive line has to be disciplined, consistent, and ready to absorb whatever the Broncos throw at them. Protecting the quarterback isn't just about avoiding sacks. It's about ensuring that each possession can develop fully, giving the offense the chance to move downfield effectively without risking turnovers or short fields. Every error in this area can have a cascading effect, giving the opposing offense advantageous positioning that could change the game in an instant. Second, the Patriots must end every possession cleanly and deliberately. This principle, which has become a hallmark of their approach in high-stakes games, emphasizes minimizing mistakes and controlling the flow of the game. Turnovers, fumbles, and mistakes are magnified in playoff scenarios, especially against a team like Denver that can capitalize on any shortcoming. Each drive must be concluded with a safe option: a punt, a field goal, or an extra point attempt if within range. There's no room for risky throws or unnecessary gambles that could give the Broncos an easy scoring opportunity. Discipline in this area can be the difference between a tight game and one that spirals out of control. Finally, applying relentless pressure on the quarterback will be vital. Denver's starter has limited experience in actual NFL regular season games, making him a prime target for a strategic and aggressive pass rush. If the Patriots can collapse the pocket, force hurried decisions, and disrupt timing, they can control the rhythm of the game and limit Denver's offensive production. In previous matchups against less experienced quarterbacks, this strategy has proven highly effective. Success in this area requires precision, coordination, and stamina, all of which the Patriots have shown in high-pressure moments throughout the season. Mentally, the team also has to rise above the chatter and bravado coming from the Broncos side. Denver's head coach has openly guaranteed a win and made statements intended to motivate his players. while simultaneously trying to intimidate opponents. Historically, this sort of overconfidence can backfire. The Patriots, known for their ability to remain focused under pressure, will need to channel any external trash talk into energy and intensity rather than letting it affect their game plan. Maintaining composure, following the established game plan, and staying disciplined in all three key areas: protecting the quarterback, finishing possessions cleanly, and pressuring the quarterback will be essential. Another factor to keep in mind is the psychological aspect of playing at altitude. Some players, like Christian Gonzalez, have previous experience in similar environments and know what to expect. This kind of experience can be invaluable, helping to guide teammates and maintain a steady mindset. However, history and past losses can still cast a shadow over the team's confidence, especially with memories of earlier playoff defeats in Denver resurfacing. The challenge, then, is for the Patriots to embrace the moment, trust their preparation, and convert any lingering doubts into motivation. As for the game itself, every player will need to be physically and mentally prepared from the first snap. Fitness, stamina, and focus are critical, as the Broncos will be bringing their full strength and intensity to the field. Each tackle, each block, each decision will carry weight, and the Patriots' ability to manage the pace, read the opposing defense, and execute under pressure will ultimately dictate the outcome. Coaches and players alike understand that the playoffs are unforgiving. One lapse in concentration or misstep can be costly. This is why mental toughness, combined with strategic execution, is the cornerstone of their game plan. Of course, there's no ignoring the excitement of the AFC Championship. Adrenaline, momentum, and the intensity of competing at this level can elevate performance and mask some of the physical challenges, including the altitude. Players will feed off the energy of the moment, the stakes, and the opportunity to advance to the Super Bowl. Channeling that energy effectively is crucial, ensuring that excitement enhances performance rather than leading to mistakes or recklessness. The Patriots have faced tough scenarios before, and their ability to adapt and execute under pressure has defined much of their success. Despite past struggles in Denver, they know that no game is determined solely by history. Every matchup is a combination of preparation, execution, mental toughness, and the ability to respond dynamically to the unfolding game. They will need to rely on all of these elements to succeed this Sunday, demonstrating the resilience and skill that have become synonymous with New England football. Now, diving into the psychological and strategic side of this matchup, we can't ignore the fact that the Broncos are not just a talented team, they're also a team that thrives on confidence, swagger, and in some cases, overconfidence. Head coach Sean Payton has made headlines for guaranteeing a win and openly stating that his team will dominate the game. These kinds of statements are intended to energize his players and put pressure on the Patriots. But historically, teams that focus too much on bravado rather than fundamentals often fall short. The Patriots, on the other hand, are accustomed to facing trash talk and turning it into fuel. They've built a culture where discipline, preparation, and execution outweigh loud statements from the opposition. This game is no different. Every player on the roster knows that staying mentally sharp is just as important as physical readiness, and ignoring external noise while focusing on key priorities can make the difference between victory and defeat. The first major focus for the Patriots will be protecting quarterback Drake May. He's been performing exceptionally well under pressure, but the Broncos' defensive line is fast, aggressive, and relentless. Every snap, every moment of protection counts. The offensive line has to be cohesive and responsive, adjusting to shifts, stunts, and blitzes while keeping the quarterback upright. Any breakdowns in this area can lead to turnovers, short fields for the Broncos, and momentum swings that are incredibly hard to recover from. Protecting Drake May isn't just a tactical necessity. It's about giving the offense the opportunity to execute the game plan fully, control possession, and maintain rhythm. Every block, every adjustment in the pocket, and every communication between linemen and the quarterback will be tested at mile-high necks. The Patriots must finish every drive with discipline and control. This principle has been a cornerstone of their success in playoff scenarios. Each possession must end with a deliberate, safe action, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Turnovers or reckless plays can quickly give the Broncos an advantage, especially with a backup quarterback who may not have the experience to recover from mistakes. Last week's game highlighted this issue, as fumbles and short fields gave the opposition opportunities that could have been avoided with disciplined execution. In Denver, With the altitude and energy of the home crowd, mistakes are magnified. The Patriots must take every snap seriously, understanding that minimizing risk while maximizing control is the key to neutralizing the Broncos. Home field advantage, applying consistent pressure to the opposing quarterback, is also vital. Denver's starter has limited experience in regular season games, and his ability to handle a blitz under the intense conditions of the playoffs is uncertain. By collapsing the pocket and forcing hurried decisions, the Patriots can disrupt the Broncos' offensive timing and limit explosive plays. History has shown that less experienced quarterbacks often struggle under pressure, especially when facing a defense that is disciplined, aggressive, and methodical, maintaining a strong, coordinated pass rush while staying disciplined in coverage can allow the Patriots to dictate the pace of the game and reduce the Broncos' chances of establishing momentum. Mentally, the Patriots have to navigate the challenge of past playoff performances in Denver. While they've faced tough losses in previous years, the team's focus must be on the present. Experience is important, but dwelling on past defeats can be counterproductive. Players like Christian Gonzalez, who have experience playing in Colorado, can provide leadership and perspective, helping teammates understand what to expect and how to manage energy levels at altitude. The coaching staff's role is to reinforce confidence, calm nerves, and keep everyone focused on executing the game plan rather than being overwhelmed by the reputation of the stadium or the external noise. The energy and adrenaline of a championship game also play a crucial role. Competing at this level elevates performance and can offset some of the physical challenges associated with altitude and opponent pressure. Players must channel adrenaline effectively, using it to enhance focus, speed, and decision-making without allowing it to lead to impulsive or reckless plays. This balance between intensity and control is what separates successful playoff teams from those that falter under pressure. The Patriots have demonstrated the ability to maintain that balance throughout the season, and it will be tested to its limits in Denver. Additionally, special teams and situational awareness are critical. Every punt, kickoff, and field goal attempt can influence momentum, field position, and the overall flow of the game. Mistakes or miscalculations in these areas can swing the outcome, particularly in a tightly contested playoff matchup. The Patriots' special teams units will need to be sharp, communicative, and precise, ensuring that every play is executed as intended. Attention to detail in these seemingly minor moments often determines who can seize critical opportunities and who is forced into recovery mode under pressure. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Could the New England Patriots be on the verge of assembling one of the most fearsome defenses in NFL history? Rumors are swirling that the Patriots have finalized a blockbuster deal with none other than Aaron Donald, the three-time Defensive Player of the Year, whose presence alone can alter the trajectory of any game. While nothing is official yet, league insiders suggest that New England is positioning itself to unveil a defensive unit that opponents will dread, facing a true Patriot Wall 2.0. Donald's addition would instantly transform the Patriots' front line, known for his relentless pass rushing ability, unmatched strength, and uncanny agility. He has terrorized quarterbacks for nearly a decade. Pairing him with New England's traditionally disciplined and versatile defensive schemes could create a nightmare scenario for offensive coordinators across the league. Imagine a defensive front that combines Donald's interior dominance with the Patriots' trademark strategic flexibility, stunts, blitz packages, and coverage disguises that have long kept opponents guessing. The chatter among analysts is that this isn't just a signing, it's a statement of intent. Adding Donald could also elevate the players around him. Young linemen and linebackers would benefit from the attention he draws, potentially boosting the performance of the entire squad. Meanwhile, the secondary, historically bolstered by strong pass rushes, might finally get the consistent pressure needed to force more turnovers. Some pundits have even started speculating that New England could challenge historical defensive benchmarks if this rumor becomes reality, evoking memories of the Patriots' early 2000s dominance, but with a modern, aggressive twist. Of course, questions remain. Can the team's salary cap accommodate a player of Donald's caliber without sacrificing depth? How will the coaching staff integrate such a disruptive force into an already complex defensive system? And perhaps most intriguingly, could this signing signal a shift in philosophy from New England, suggesting a willingness to prioritize an elite intimidating defense alongside its well-known offensive ingenuity. While nothing has been officially confirmed, the mere possibility of Aaron Donald joining the Patriots has already set social media and sports talk radio ablaze. Fans are imagining a defense capable of shutting down even the league's most prolific offenses, one where quarterbacks hesitate and running backs second-guess every step. If this deal comes to fruition, the Patriots may not just be building a strong defense, they could be constructing a defensive legend. The NFL world is watching, waiting, and speculating. Is this truly the birth of a new Patriot Wall? That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.